I'm out of ammo now. Oh wait, no I'm not. Always keep your trusted sidearm on you. How'd you guys like that start out skit? Thought we were going to be dealing with the Henry here, but not today. Obviously it was shot in pieces and it was done safely. Anyway, it was still a lot of fun to make. But anyway, we're not dealing with the Henry today. What we are dealing with is the Heritage Rough Rider. Check it out with me. Today we're going to be checking out the Heritage Rough Rider in the 4 3/4 inch barrel. This thing is modeled after the Colt Single Action Army, namely after the Rough Riders led by Teddy Roosevelt up San Juan Hill. So there's a lot of cool stuff to go with this thing. So first I'm going to give you a look at the gun real quick. So just like any other Single Action Army, it looks pretty much the same thing. These are very cheap, and they're very popular because they're cheap and they're very, very well made. American made on top of it. I changed out the grips. The original grips on them were kind of crappy. I ordered these ones in. They are very, very nice. A little bit slimmer profile. One big difference between any other Colt Single Action Army and the Heritage Rough Rider is, believe it or not, it's a revolver with a safety. You might remember that from the Heritage Rancher video that we did. Link is going to be in the description for that. So it's going to be chambered in .22 long rifle, and it's also got a conversion cylinder for 22 WMR or 22 Magnum. That's my preferred cylinder. So we'll be shooting with both of them today, just kind of show you how they both perform. It's a really neat gun, really well made, even though this is going to be an alloy frame, which makes it really cheap. But still, the way that they did this, it's very durable for the cost and the way they made it, and it's super, super popular. So why'd we start off with that skit with the rifle and then moving over to the pistol? Well, it's kind of a feel for the cowboy action way of shooting, I guess. What they used to do, according to most accounts anyway, is a lot of the guys would, out west, they would carry a carbine of some nature, usually like a lever action or something, and it'd be chambered for the same thing as their sidearm. So they wouldn't have to carry two different sets of ammunition. They could carry the same thing for both guns. So just as we demonstrated, you could quickly switch from one gun to the next, or if you need to pull cartridges off your belt loop and load one of the guns up, it was real simple. You didn't have to interchange between different types of ammunition. It was all the same. So at this point you're probably asking, okay, why am I going to bother with the cheaper version of a 22 when I can go get a Ruger Wrangler? Well, one, if you're on a budget, you can pick one of these up. Now I picked this up just because it was sexy and, you know, whatever, and it's a really fun gun. Now because it's cheaply made and it's very cheap on the market, doesn't mean it's a piece of crap. Some of them were, some of them are duds. The customer service over there at Heritage is very, very good. So I want to touch base on the accuracy aspect of it. We're going to be checking out how well it shoots with the 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum. I gotta go repaint that steel because it's covered in shaving cream right now. So give me a second and then we'll get started. Loading up the Rough Rider is exactly the same thing as doing any other single action handgun. Exactly like the Single Action Army. You gotta put it on the half cock, put the cylinder in place so you got an open chamber, load one in, rotate it, put another one in, and slow to load because you can only do it one at a time. No big deal though. It's part of the fun, right? So the gun points and shoots about as simple as it gets. It's a single action, so you have to cock the hammer every time in order to fire. But you got to remember, this thing's got a safety on it, so you got to make sure that you pop it down first. Let's take a couple shots. Let's see how we did. And there you have it. Right about 18 yards, give or take. Popped off 6 quick shots, and they hold true just about point of aim, and just as simple as loading. Unloading is pretty much the same way, just in reverse. Half cock, go up here to the ejection lever, and it'll kick them out. Rotate it, kick them out, rotate it, kick them out. Do it 6 times. So now we're going to check out the 22 Magnums. So they are not the same cartridge, I'll tell you that right now. So 22 long rifle, and then you got this torpedo, the 22 Magnum, 22 WMR. So in order to make that conversion and shoot it out of the same gun, you got to get a different cylinder for it. Okay, I don't know if you can shoot the 22 long rifle out of this. I have before, it hasn't caused a problem. I've read in places that you shouldn't, whatever, but you definitely can't shoot 22 Magnums out of 22 long rifle cylinder, so be cognizant of that. Now to switch it out, it's about as easy as it gets. Put it in half cock, open up the loading gate, and then you got this right here, and it's going to release the retainer bar. Press that in, and the bar will pull out. The cylinder will roll right out. Now you don't have to take the bar all the way out. That's just how it just happened just now, but whatever. But anyway, and you reach in your shirt pocket, get your Magnum cylinder, roll it in there. Easy does it. Send that retainer pin back. And there you got 22 Magnum. Now, even though the 22 Magnum isn't tremendously powerful, it's definitely more powerful than that pea shooter 22 long rifle. So ear pro is mandatory, if I can find it. It's very loud. Alright, let's see what kind of nice tight group we can get. And it looks like about the same result. Maybe I'm in a rush today or something like that, but I know for a fact I can shoot better than this. But still, that's not bad at all. Alright guys, well that's it for right now. I'm losing light real quick, but the shooting might not have been stellar, but it was still a lot of fun. We got the point across. We could see generally how well it can shoot in fairly rapid succession in both 22 long rifle and 22 Magnum. Plus we saw the different power capacity that this thing can handle. Now one thing to note, I did have to put some Loctite on. I'm going to do it again because it's loosening up again. Sometimes the screws will loosen up on different parts of this when you shoot the Magnums through it, and that's just the vibrations going through it. Remember, this is not the best manufactured gun, but then again, for the price that you're paying for it, what do you expect? So sometimes maintenance is going to be a little bit higher. But anyway, another favorite feature about this thing, other than it being a fun little gun, and it's kind of sexy to look at, is why they call it the Rough Rider. So there's like the historical aspect of it too. Speaking back to probably one of the most famous presidents out there, Teddy Roosevelt, when he charged up San Juan Hill with his Rough Riders, and they carried Colt single action armies, very, very similar to this. So I thought that was kind of neat too. So anyway guys, that's it for today. Like, subscribe, share with your buddies, and if there's anything else you want to see, go ahead and shout it out in the comments. Let us know what you want. Until next time.